You get you one of those simple mixers, you're in the game. That's all, literally. The speakers, mixer, of course, you need your cords and everything, but the speaker is going to come with a lot of cords. But like the outside cords, like you may need some extension cords or whatever, because who knows where you'll be DJing at and who knows the situation. But I always like to say, be prepared. Get some extra extension cords, you'll be all right. Final piece, computer and DJ software. That's all you need. You get you a computer or DJ software. Well, both. But where I go with this is I have two different ways I like to DJ. I like to do DJ traditionally, and then I like to do it my own way. I have this second, well, we can go with the first way, the first way is pretty much what I'm doing right now. I pretty much can access every last piece of my music and literally maneuver it all, manipulate it, maneuver it all through my phone. The thing about that is that's not, I wouldn't say that's the conventional way. That's more of something you're doing at a family function, and in which you don't necessarily want to sit behind either computer or in your booth the whole time. So you want to go ahead and have, you may want to have that on the tuck for like whenever you do family gatherings and everything, because of course with me being a DJ, I DJ all of my family. Next up, you want a mixer. If I would say, purchase the mixer that is best for you. If you're not inclined with everything, start off small, work your way up. A simple mixer, all it takes is you can grab you one of these simple here Newmark mixers. And also, if y'all would have turned around and seen the other speakers that I have for those, we don't have time for that. That's too much time. I don't want to bother y'all too long, or do I? I also have this one right here. First, we're going to go ahead and start with your speakers, because without speakers, can you DJ? Probably not. You know what? Don't quote me on that. You probably could. I don't know. But first, you go ahead and purchase you a simple pair of speakers. I have this one right here. So, part of my first interest was the simple equipment, of course. I'm a simple computer user. I actually owned a couple of pretty good laptops. Had HPs. I've initially started off with a MacBook, but of course I ran that into the ground. But let's talk about how it don't even take that much to get started. Because if that's what you want to do, it's simple. So alongside of the teachings, it came with basically equipment use. One of the main things. Everything was understood when it came to what equipment was used for what, and also there was a little fun part of the fact that I was able to experience him dealing with radio. So that was the fun part. So we're literally going off of the first day I've ever been involved with this. I've literally put my hands on everything that I use today. Currently, today, I've put my hands on it as a child and didn't appreciate it until I became older. So where all of a sudden a lot of these things came really easy. So the cool thing about this was, who would have known that not only would I turn this into an actual gig, but now I'm in the great Full Sail University trying to perfect it. That's interesting. So first of all, I'm pretty new to the DJing scene. I've been in this space for about maybe 3 years now. It was a taught skill, I would say, because I'm pretty inclined with music. But also, one thing about my music is I know how to manipulate it. So the fun part about this was that I actually grew up in a melodic family. Most of my family members can sing, and also I also grew up with a stepfather whom literally had his hands in all of the African American radio scene. So it all started with him actually starting off. He started me off young, bringing me into school, bringing me into the Alabama State University actually, and he taught me basically get me warmed up to the scene. Basically took my time, had fun, enjoyed myself actually. Barely not paying not even a little bit of attention with what I was being introduced to because I was too much, too busy having a good time. So while I'm having this good time, I'm not necessarily, picking up on the gems that's being dropped, the teachings. I'm Willie Williams, and today we're going to go ahead and break down a couple experiences that I've had with DJing, and I'm definitely sure y'all going to enjoy this. By the way, you like my speakers? Yeah, these are new speakers that I've had added to my new collection, so now these are my babies. I have a couple more, but we'll get into that with my experience. Stay tuned. My second conventional way of DJing is computers, laptop, desktop, whatever you're willing to carry. I have a truck, so I'm able to carry a little more than most. So, in which I like to tend to go ahead and carry my computer. That's it's a pretty conventional way. Sometimes pretty stressful because that's a lot of stuff to pack up at the end of the night. But in which I don't look at it as work. I look at it as fun. I'm literally gonna stand behind this here. I'm gonna stand in the booth, not be bothered, play music at my own will, manipulate it to my own will, get to watch crowd reactions and everything, and then I get to go home at the end of the night. So this is a win for me. But the final thing you're gonna need a DJ software. Now there's multiple out there. There's quite a few to choose from, but um, I would like to say that my go to. Wait a minute here. I can actually pull it up. My go to is actually Serato DJ Pro. Serato DJ Pro real is really good for an up and comer when you just want to learn the ropes so that in which once you master that you can go ahead and move on to bigger music mixers, more advanced DJing equipment, distortion products, everything. But in which you want to start there first because in which they make it very simple. You learn BPMs, you learn literally mixing in and out, you learn cues, you learn it all. But all it takes is for you to sit there and you have to learn that. You have to do that. They're not gonna do it for you. You're gonna have to do that because you have to carve your niche in which music you like to use. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and conclude this with the case of after you receive all those, which in all honesty, if you can actually get online, you can get online to, I want to say, if I'm not mistaken, you can get online to Amazon, and you can get the whole set from the mixer to the headphones to the speakers right here. And of course, who doesn't like lights? I have plenty of lights. The only reason I'm not showing them right now is because it's broad daylight. But all that maybe cost me around $600 or $700. And in which one thing I did learn about this is that you have to invest. You don't want to take the easy road. You want to do it the way you want to do it this way. Not necessarily saying that you want to make it difficult, but you want to do it to where in which the experience and everything come off. Because in which at the end of the day, the better you are, the better they'll pay you. Understand? So once you put all these things together, go and start taking your calls. Put yourself out there. Go on YouTube, do a 5 or 10 minute mix of just what you like to mess with and put yourself out there. And then I promise you, speaking from experience, there will be people reaching out. And then when you turn around, you take these here things, I just want you to turn around and reach out to me and say, hey, you were right. But that's about all I got for y'all today. So I hope y'all enjoyed. I hope I was informational. And I hope I wasn't too long winded. And hey, I hope we get to talk again. Thank y'all.